You know, guys, schools around the world, they do things their own way, different ways, and that's all fine. I think that's great. I think everybody should have their method. But I am a real fan of testing in almost everything. And I've seen some people say that tests and exams are different, and I'll explain that in just a moment. My name is Bill Jones. I'm the head instructor of top-level martial arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. Black belt under Master Pedro Sauer, and you're watching Professor's Corner. Do me a favor, leave a like, a comment, subscribe. What do you think about testing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? I want to know. So here's one of the biggest benefits. Actually, let me back up. Testing, and I'm looking at my guy's training right now, but testing, I saw someone write once that there's a difference between a test and an exam. A test gives like this air of pass-fail, an exam gives like this, trying to get as close as you can. From like a 0 to 100 scale, you're trying to get to that 100%. I think that's semantics, but whatever word you use, whatever it is, I think there's a lot of benefit to testing, and I'm going to show you what I think the number one is, and then we can talk in the comments about more if you want. I'm going to kind of keep this video maybe a little bit shorter, just because it's off the cuff and I wasn't planning on doing it, and I'm obviously mobile right now, but I want to show you something. So like right now, if we look behind me, you see this group of people right here, these guys, they're getting ready to test for our blue belt. And there's actually way more than that. We've got several people here testing for purple, but I'm here in a morning class, and it's a smaller group. So for the last 4 weeks, full month, they've just been hammering away at the curriculum, detail after detail, being meticulous about it. And I think that's important because what I always see, is an increase in skill in the overall level of the academy the closer we get to testing and right after. I always see everybody, a lot of people are plateaued, right? You ever have that where you're learning, and then you kind of plateau? Right around testing time, it goes up again. Everybody. And that's because everybody starts focusing more on the details and the techniques and being very technical and knowing every piece and part than they do with just trying to win and roll. And I think, of course, you need both. I'm not saying you don't do both, but they become more technical, and that makes them better, and it creates problems for the white. So the white belt's going to blue belt, become more technical. The blue belt's going to purple belt, become more technical. That means everybody that they're rolling is encountering a more technical person, and that means that everybody's solving more problems and getting better. So I think that's a huge benefit to having testing in anything, but especially in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is because it adds a little element of, holy cow, I'm about to be watched. I want every detail to be right. I want everything to be meticulously correct. And then that just transfers over to their ability to roll because they're drilling it so much. So it's a really, really neat thing to watch. And if you're in an academy with testing, I challenge you to actually, as you get closer to a testing event, feel people and feel the difference and what happens. At first, you'll see a bunch of people they're not rolling right now. They're drilling, right? They're just learning their moves. But after they're done with that, after they test, especially because the test is this weekend, so they're probably not going to roll a day. They don't want to get hurt before their test. But after they're promoted, they will be better, not because they have a blue belt around their waist, but because they have become more technical due to the process of testing. Now, I'm not saying this can't happen intrinsically and shouldn't happen intrinsically. In fact, the belt that you're going to be at the longest is your black belt. And once you get there, there's no test, there's no further anything. And that's why a lot of black belts get there and then kind of stop training, is they stop being focused, right? And that's fine. Everybody can do what they want. They can do what they want. They can get stagnant. But if you want to keep getting better, you have to become eventually self-driven and say, okay, well, these are the moves I want to get good at, so those are the moves I'm going to train. And that's what black belts do for the most part, is they and advanced people in general. But it's also a benefit to help people learn how to do that through the process of testing and having a curriculum. And it's just a big thing that I believe in very strongly, and I think the Pedro Sauer Association does a great job of promoting is this idea of a curriculum, and people just learn better when they're given standards. Now, with that said, let's say you're out there and you're in an academy that doesn't do testing and you think it's silly and stupid. You're one of those self-driven human beings that doesn't have to learn how to do it, and that's awesome. Great job. But most people need help learning that habit, and that's where testing comes in. All right, guys, that's really all I have to say about it. I just thought it was an interesting observation that I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoy this. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.